floor and throws it down.
Floats miss. Allen, pow, on the putback. And just crushed it on a rib rattle.
Finds Max Strus. Max Strus is flame throwing. On the run, hard and alley-oop. Oh, my! Showtime here in downtown Cleveland. Back here at Cleveland Clinic Courts on a Wednesday. It is travel day for the Cavaliers after the Cavs held serve at home, winning a pair of games inside the friendly confines. They have a 2-0 lead on the Raptors in the first round alongside the award-winning sideline reporter for your Cleveland Cavaliers, Serena Winters. I am merely John Michael. Serena, you have the best seat in the house. All the time. You hear things that virtually no one else gets to hear. If you were asked, what have you found out throughout the course of the season that might be interesting or different or something that our Cavs family would like to know, where would you start?
You're just going to put me on the spot like that, huh?
I am indeed.
I'll tell you a few things. I would say, number one, just because of recency bias, quite frankly, because I've got my eye on James Harden right now all the time in the huddles. I'm just always curious what he's saying, who he's talking to. That man talks more than anybody on the bench. And it's not like he's talking loud. I mean, if you see me trying to hear a huddle, I am awkwardly close to these guys trying to listen in, more so lip read, but it's so interesting to hear how in-depth all of his conversations are. So that's the recent one. One that I always find is interesting just to look at over the course of the season is Jarrett Allen in a huddle is always fascinating because whether he is, if he's playing and he just got off the bench, he's sitting down, he's paying attention. But if he's not, I love to look at him because he's just kind of wandering, looking at people in the crowd. But a lot of guys do that as well, so that's kind of fun.
No shortage of characters on this club. We've gotten to know Jalen Tyson a lot better throughout his sophomore campaign. I always liken him, you've seen Shawshank Redemption, right?
Oh, yeah.
To the Gil Bellows character.
Yeah, I don't
Tommy.
remember it, but yeah.
Yeah, the guy who comes in and basically gives it to the older guys, and Morgan Freeman says, we loved him right away. I mean, Tyson just has that feel from the beginning of this season. He's a guy who's been so important for this team, not only on the floor, but in that locker room as well. He always seems to find that right balance as a youngster, but with that interplay with the veterans as well.
He wears his heart in his sleeve, right? Like, let's just be honest. You know what Jalen Tyson's thinking. You know what he's feeling. And if he feels like he didn't play well, you're going to know as soon as he sits down on that bench. But you just love the guy. And what's so fun is to see all the veterans try to breathe confidence into him. I had noticed, in game one, Dennis Schroeder coming over to him, making sure that he knew that he was doing a good job. Donovan Mitchell did the same. James Harden did the same. The Cavs have a lot of good young talent, and what that also made me think about is you were saying he's not afraid to speak up. You know who else is not afraid to speak up? Tyrese Proctor. I noticed him in a huddle in the playoffs give some advice to the veterans.
Good young man.
Good young man. And that also goes to show the culture of the team that he feels comfortable enough to do that.
And by the way, he comes from a program where the lights are not too bright. I mean, Tyrese has played in some big collegiate games, of course, at Duke. Oh, and by the way, he was on the floor game one at Madison Square Garden, and he looked perfectly in place. By the way, another Tyson may be headed to Cleveland. The draft just hours away, right across the border in Pittsburgh. Jordan Tyson, Cleveland Brown. We shall see. Two Tysons in this city.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Would be phenomenal.
Would love that.
Other characters that we're getting to know. Thomas Bryant. I mean, this guy is his own animal. The energy of Thomas Bryant is something to see close up.
Talk about his own animal. At one point, I was tracking how many towels were being ripped in huddles. Because there were times I come over, and I'm standing in the background, and I just look over at Thomas Bryant, and he has a towel in his hand, and I watched the man just hulk that thing into two pieces. I asked him about it once, and he mentioned, he's like, it is when he's got to let some energy, some frustration out. But I got to tell you, watching him just rip a towel to shreds in a huddle, that guy has got some strength. He's also a big one to dance and sing during the huddles too. Pregame, if he's feeling the music, just watch TV. You'll find him dancing.
Inactive for the first two games with a calf injury, but believe me, you just get the sense that Thomas Bryant, who was terrific last season with Indiana and their run to the finals, he's going to play a role with the Cavs during this postseason. One more, a newcomer. Dennis Schroeder,
Oh, yeah.
right? Family man, one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Has 3 little ones. He gets inside the lines, and Dennis Schroeder is not afraid to insult you. He does not care about your feelings. Dennis Schroeder cares about winning basketball games.
Yeah, you know, John, I think if we're to point to one guy that does not care what you think, that man's name is Dennis Schroeder.
Top of the list.
That is also really important in the playoffs.
Sure.
And you can see his value whether he's playing or he's not playing. You can see it on the bench. You can see it in huddles. Another guy that's always talking. He was one of the guys who came over to Jalen Tyson at one point, wanting to make sure that he knew that he was doing a good job. Yeah, this is the best way to describe it is if he's not on your team, you don't like him.
Yeah.
When he is on your team, you love him.
Yeah, and before he got to the Cavs, by the way, he was on a third of the teams in the NBA. The Cavs are his 11th team. It was good in the playoffs last season, was Dennis, with the Pistons. Won a game for the Pistons in their first round series. Cavs are up 2-0. When we come back on the other side of the break, we are going to talk big men. We had a chance to sit down with both Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. That is straight ahead right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. The road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores. True North Convenience Stores and new Phoenix Energy are the perfect matchup. Right now, grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5. True North Stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, clean. By Sarah Auto Park, your buzzer beater for greater selection, Sarah Auto Park. Make your shot with 5 great brands and dozens of pre-owned vehicles. Visit SarahAutoPark.com. By Engie, which is helping businesses accelerate their transition to a cleaner energy future with renewables, sustainable solutions, and the dependability they need. Let's act together. And by Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Only at True North Convenience Stores. New Shell Fuel and True Rewards app members get to combine and stack their savings at the pump on 3 different visits. First fill-up, stack the savings for 10 cents off per gallon. Second fill-up, stack the savings for 20 cents off per gallon. Third fill-up, stack the savings even higher and earn a massive 30 cents per gallon. Hurry, this offer won't last. Join now. Limit 20 gallons per fill. Must be a net new member to both True Rewards and Fuel Rewards. Terms apply. True North Convenience Stores and new Phoenix Energy are the ultimate matchup. Right now, get 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5. Phoenix Energy fuels you on and off the court. Packed with natural caffeine, 0 sugar, and hydration that keeps you in the game. Swing by any True North and pay only $5 for 2 Phoenix Energy drinks. Save more and get member-only deals with the True Rewards mobile app. Download from your favorite app store. True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division III Baseball Championship, coming to Eastlake, Ohio this May. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Only at True North Convenience Stores. New Shell Fuel and True Rewards app members get to combine and stack their savings at the pump on 3 different visits. First fill-up, stack the savings for 10 cents off per gallon. Second fill-up, stack the savings for 20 cents off per gallon. Third fill-up, stack the savings even higher and earn a massive 30 cents per gallon. Hurry, this offer won't last. Join now. Limit 20 gallons per fill. Must be a net new member to both True Rewards and Fuel Rewards. Terms apply.
The road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores. New Phoenix Energy drinks. Natural caffeine, 0 sugar, plus hydration to keep you in the game. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5 at participating True North stores. Find a location with the True Rewards app. And Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
John and Serena back here inside Cleveland Clinic Course. We're getting set for Game 3 tomorrow north of the border in Canada. Coming into the series, Serena, no question the Cavs on paper had an advantage in the big man department, and that certainly manifested itself and played out in games 1 and 2.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's just look at Game 2. Jarrett Allen, the amount of turnovers that he forced, the amount of times J.A. got back in transition and either deflected a ball, turned the ball over, or forced a turnover. Yep. Scotty Barnes had 4 turnovers in that game. If you go back and look at those turnovers, 3 of those turnovers were a direct result of Jarrett Allen's defense, right? And those are things that we talk about, the Donovan Mitchell numbers, we talk about the James Harden numbers. You know, we even talked a lot about Evan Mobley in Game 2 because he went 11 of 13 and has just looked so strong confidence-wise in games 1 and 2, but there's so much that Jarrett Allen is also doing that's not showing up necessarily on the stat sheet.
Yeah, exactly. Non-box score contributions. One thing that did show up, Allen, in 25 minutes, a team best plus 18.
Yeah.
You saw the 3 blocks. You mentioned the countless turnovers forced, and we had a chance to catch up with Jarrett before these playoffs got underway.
Let's take you back a couple of seasons. In that Orlando series, you were brilliant. You're a rebounding machine.
Yes.
What is it about the playoffs that brings out the best in Jarrett Allen?
It's just one of the times where it's time to pick up the pace, the basketball, everything ramps up.
How does your mentality change at all going into the postseason?
It does. You know, that's the time where every play matters. You know, it's time to make sure that you give 100% effort. Not saying I don't during the regular season, but every play matters.
What is it about this particular team that you feel makes it prepared for a deep playoff run?
A deep playoff team for a deep playoff run. That's how I picture it. We have so many guys that can do so many different things on this team and contribute in so many different ways.
How have the new additions at the trade deadline changed things and perhaps made this team more playoff ready?
Starting with Dennis and Keon, their defense is just undeniably top-notch in this league. Every time somebody dribbles near Keon, there's a steal. Dennis is picking up full court. And we obviously know about James. He's excellent passing the ball, scoring the ball. He helps us tremendously on offense.
You've been through the rigors of the playoffs before. Do you ever sit back and think, man, I've been doing this for a while now? Does that ever occur to you?
Right. Let's see. Been to the playoffs, I think 7 times now. You know, so I've seen a lot of different matchups, a lot of different times playing in the playoffs. And you just learn everything. You learn a different thing every time you're in the playoffs, whether it's positioning, how people play, or just the mentality of other people.
If you had advice for you have some younger faces in that locker room now. If you had advice for some of these guys as they get set, some of them for their first real, hopefully deep playoff run, what would that be?
Soak every single second of it up. You know, it's going to be a lot. Just being straight up honest, it's going to be fast-paced. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. There's going to be a lot louder fans, a lot more intense. If you just soak it all up and not try to get ahead of yourself, you're going to enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, along the same lines, for those who in the NBA have had playoff success, what is it about the mentality of players who really seem to play their best basketball when they need to? What is it about those players? What do they have in common?
Just their tenacity on every side of the court. It's not all about offense. Offense is going to help you win games, but those players are all locked in on the defensive end. They're getting stops. They're making sure that nothing is easy in the paint or on the perimeter.
You seem to enjoy the fans here in Cleveland a lot.
Right.
Obviously, the love is going in the other direction as well. Yes. What is it about these fans? What is it about Rocket Arena that makes it so special come playoff time?
Everybody comes out. Everybody comes out to support year after year after year, and it's honestly like another level. Rocket Arena has a playoff mentality when it comes to playoff games as well.
The always thoughtful Jarrett Allen. Well, from one big to another, playoff Evan Mobley has been sensational. You mentioned it, an ultra-efficient 11 of 13 in Game 2.
You know what? Which one of those shots stood out to me the most? He had this hook shot over Brandon Ingram, driving into the paint, and he gets called for the and one. And if you zoom in on Brandon Ingram's face, you can look at BI, and he's almost rolling his eyes and just saying, "Are you kidding me?" And I think that would just kind of encapsulated the force that Evan Mobley has been playing with in these games, John.
Yeah, it's no question it's been a frustrating last 6 quarters for Brandon Ingram as Evan Mobley weighed in on the playoffs as well.
So you've saved some of your best basketball for the postseason. What is it about the mentality of Evan Mobley that makes him so ready for when the lights are the brightest?
I think it's just all the consistency and trust in the work that you put in. I've been working hard this whole entire season just trying to ramp up for this time, and it's go time now.
What is it about this particular team that makes it ready for potentially a deep playoff run?
I think we got a lot of talent, a lot of talented guys, a lot of depth. Some of the new guys, they brought a lot of depth as well. So I think it's our time. Me and Jay protecting the paint defensively. We have a good defensive squad, and then offense, Harden, me, Jay, Don, obviously. It's great.
What does it mean to have that veteran backcourt of James Harden now alongside Donovan Mitchell as you get set to head your way into the playoffs?
It's kind of surreal because you grew up watching him all this time, and now he's on your team, and you see all the step backs and stuff, and it's going your way. So it's kind of cool to have, and it's also cool to learn from him and learn all of the experiences that he had, and I think it's just going to be great for us.
Been a confident brand of Evan Mobley basketball, and he looks to continue as this series moves to Toronto.
Yeah, after game one, he said to me that he felt like he's playing his best level of basketball, and it's coming at the right time. We always talk about how important it is to peak at the right time. It feels that way right now with Evan Mobley.
Yeah, health has been important for this club as well. Evan in and out of the lineup, a number of Cavaliers in and out of the lineup, but they are as healthy as they have been all season long. Game 3 tomorrow in Toronto. When we come back, we'll take a look back at Game 2 and hear what Toronto head coach Darko Rajakovic had to say.
True North convenience stores and new Phoenix Energy are the ultimate matchup. Right now, get 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5. Phoenix Energy fuels you on and off the court. Packed with natural caffeine, zero sugar, and hydration that keeps you in the game. Swing by any True North and pay only $5 for 2 Phoenix Energy drinks. Save more and get member-only deals with the True Rewards mobile app. Download from your favorite app store. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Adventure awaits. Are you ready? Sarah Subaru can help you get there.
Your next adventure starts in a Subaru from Sarah Subaru. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, Subaru is built for wherever the road takes you. Right now, lease a new Crosstrek for $199 a month or a new Forester for $249 a month during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find yours today at Sarah Subaru in Akron. Experience the difference at Sarah Subaru. Visit us today.
Only at True North convenience stores. New Shell Fuel and True Rewards app members get to combine and stack their savings at the pump on 3 different visits. First fill up, stack the savings for 10 cents off per gallon. Second fill up, stack the savings for 20 cents off per gallon. Third fill up, stack the savings even higher and earn a massive 30 cents per gallon. Hurry, this offer won't last. Join now. Limit 20 gallons per fill. Must be a net new member to both True Rewards and Fuel Rewards. Terms apply.
It's time to plan a family get-together between your family and the Corolla family. Toyota Corolla has set the standard for dependability and value for generations. That's why it's often passed down between generations. In fact, it's the most dependable in its class, built right here in the USA. And so is the versatile new Corolla Cross with plenty of cargo space. Now get 4.99 APR financing on a new Corolla or a $209 a month lease. Or lease this Corolla Cross for $259 a month. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
True North convenience stores and new Phoenix Energy are the ultimate matchup. Right now, get 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5. Phoenix Energy fuels you on and off the court. Packed with natural caffeine, zero sugar, and hydration that keeps you in the game. Swing by any True North and pay only $5 for 2 Phoenix Energy drinks. Save more and get member-only deals with the True Rewards mobile app. Download from your favorite app store. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
The road to 16 is fueled by True North convenience stores. New Phoenix Energy drinks. Natural caffeine, zero sugar, plus hydration to keep you in the game. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5 at participating True North stores. Find a location with the True Rewards app. And Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back here on the road to 16. Well, after game one, Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic made a number of adjustments heading into game two. As you might expect, the Cavs seemed to have a counter for each and every one as they took a 2-0 lead in the series. Here's our At the Mic feature fueled by True North convenience stores. It's Darko after that game two.
I really think it came down to turnovers. Turnovers really costed us. They scored 22 points out of that. That was a bunch of points in the paint there as well. You know, you have two exceptional players in Mitchell and Harden, how they creating in isolations and in pick and rolls and how they play make. They I think it was like 4 or 5 buzzer beaters that they scored tonight in a game that was 10-point game. You know, so I think that we made a step forward. We learned a lot. I think the film is going to be very interesting for us to continue learning and figuring out this team. And we're going home now to get a win.
So Darko makes a handful of moves in game two, and to the Cavs' credit, they have an answer.
Speaking of having an answer, James Harden. RJ Barrett had the majority of the matchup minutes on James Harden in game one. What do they try? They try Scotty Barnes on James Harden in game two. Didn't go so well, right? James scored 16 straight on Scotty in those minutes. And we even saw it at certain times, right, when Scotty was trying to go back and forth with James, trying to talk to him. Well, James, let's just say, put it nicely, kind of lit him up there.
Yeah, Darko, by the way, in the second half went with only 7 players. Jakob Poeltl, who started the game at center, did not play. A.J. Lawson didn't see the floor either. Boy, it was really reminiscent of the Cavs' runs to the finals from 2016 to 2018, all of which went through Toronto. And in those series, Tyronn Lue basically rendered Jonas Valanciunas completely expendable. He worked him right out of the series. The Cavaliers had Channing Frye. At the time, Cavs fans might recall, there weren't a lot of 7-footers shooting threes back then, even though it was only about 10 years ago. Every time Channing Frye went into the ball game, Dwayne Casey couldn't use Jonas Valanciunas. This didn't feel like a Jakob Poeltl series coming in, considering the Cavs' big men and their versatility. And in fairness to Jakob, he's been dealing with back issues all season long, hasn't been moving particularly well, and out he goes. We might not see him again. Colin Murray-Boyle stepped into that spot.
You said it. That's something you have to watch in game 3. Is CMB going to start for the Raptors? That's a decision Darko's going to have to make.
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if he did.
You wouldn't be surprised. At the same time, you also know, I mean, that's a lot of money sitting on the bench, right, for the Raptors if he doesn't get minutes or doesn't start in that game. But the rotation, they shorten in the playoffs. We saw Darko have to do that there. Just like Cavs got to adjust, Darko had to adjust too.
Also, Darko had a little interesting thing to say in terms of the fact that Brandon Ingram did not have a foul called against him in game number 2. As Darko said, hey, the Cavs are a physical team. It was a little strange. Darko's new to the playoffs in the NBA. Darko is not new to big game basketball, and he's working the refs, something to watch also in game 3.
Did you notice the word that he used with that? He said, he made sure not to get fined.
Diplomatic.
He
smart.
He said it was interesting.
That's a very good word.
Interesting.
Politically correct. It's safe in terms of those fines.
I mean, look, whether he gets to the line or not isn't going to change the fact that he was 3 of 15 in game 2. And I think I was surprised just because of all the talk after game 1, right? You knew that he was going to come out and have more than 9 field goal attempts, and he certainly did. And you knew he was going to come out and be aggressive. I think when you start to see BI force some things and we start to see him look uncomfortable, or there were so many times in game 2 where the Raptors are wasting a ton of time in the shot clock and then they're getting it to BI. So just a lot of offensive possessions that were inefficient, quite frankly, for the Raptors.
In big part because of that Cavalier defense. Again, look for the Raptors to get Brandon Ingram the ball in game 3. We're going to see how it plays out. Cavs are ready for that. Cavs are also ready, as Kenny mentioned, for Emmanuel Quickley, should he be ready to go in game 3. We will step away. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from right here at Cleveland Clinic Courts, and then we're headed to Canada for tomorrow's game 3.
Only at True North convenience stores. New Shell Fuel and True Rewards app members get to combine and stack their savings at the pump on 3 different visits. First fill-up, stack the savings for 10 cents off per gallon. Second fill-up, stack the savings for 20 cents off per gallon. Third fill-up, stack the savings even higher and earn a massive 30 cents per gallon. Hurry, this offer won't last. Join now. Limit 20 gallons per fill. Must be a net new member to both True Rewards and Fuel Rewards. Terms apply.
largest event of the year is happening now through April 25th. Take 10% off brands like Frigidaire, FlexSteel, Ashley, Deckrest, England, and more. Or get 24-month special financing. Find everything you need to style the rooms you love with these special purchase dining, living, bedroom, and outdoor items. Don't wait, these offers won't last. 10% off participating vendors or 24-month special financing. Plus, enjoy free local delivery. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Yeah. It's one of the ones. Let go. You got it, I would make it, keep that energy. Try to do it how I do it.
And the Pacers, that was unbelievable. Basket, pow, with 2 hands. Harden, got it!
Look at me now. Get it on my own, yeah, it's on me.
Big shot. Allen, pow, with the right hand. Jarrett with a true rim runner.
To me, I'm the one, yeah, you gon' see.
The road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores. True North Convenience Stores and new Phoenix Energy are the perfect matchup. Right now, grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5. True North Stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, clean. And by Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Back here to wrap things up, but before we do, let's take a look at the road to the finals, which, as always, is driven by Toyota. Boy, an interesting night last night in the NBA. The Philadelphia 76ers even the series in Boston. Tyrese Maxey was an assassin down the stretch. The rookie VJ Edgecombe goes for 30 and 10 as that series is tied at 1 and heading back to Philly. Kevin Durant returned for Houston, and it didn't matter as LeBron James and company, they joined the Cavs as the only other team to have a 2-0 lead in their first round series. And then, boy, a scary fall in San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama hit his head. He now is in concussion protocol. The Blazers went on to win that ball game. They tie the series at 1. So Wembanyama will be in protocol for at least 48 hours. Now they have 72 until their next ball game. However, you know, that process is not always an easy one, and all of those injuries are different. Scary situation. Boy, that would be a shame if Wembanyama has to miss any period of time. All right, Serena, the next stop, fueled by True North Convenience Stores, is Toronto, Canada.
Going across the border, John. Yes, we are. Cavaliers getting some film in today. Practice time, and they'll be back at it tomorrow morning. This is going to be fun, man. I mean, the Cavs 2-0 at home.
That's good. It's a good
Pretty
start.
good.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Pretty good.
That's where we want to be.
That's exactly where we want to be.
Yeah.
You know the Raptors are thinking about this one. They've got to get this one because you go down 3-0 in 0-3 in a series. The numbers are not.
We know what the numbers are in
not
NBA
your
history,
favorite.
right?
Yeah. So I mean, this is gonna be one of those games. It's gonna be fun. Raptors fans are rowdy. The arena is gonna be rocking for the playoffs. It's been a long time since there's been playoff basketball down there.
Travel day for the Cavs, travel day for us as well as this show goes on the road. Tomorrow we'll be joining you from Toronto right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
True North Convenience Stores and new Phoenix Energy are the ultimate matchup. Right now, get 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for $5. Phoenix Energy fuels you on and off the court. Packed with natural caffeine, zero sugar, and hydration that keeps you in the game. Swing by any True North and pay only $5 for 2 Phoenix Energy drinks. Save more and get member-only deals with the True Rewards mobile app. Download from your favorite app store. True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Toyota Tacoma has been the #1 selling truck in its class for the past 21 years. You want to know how they stay #1?
You give Tacoma a more advanced powertrain. This hybrid iForce Max delivers 326 horsepower.
Tacoma's off-road capabilities are better than ever. And you've got an available 14-inch touchscreen.
And Tacoma has the best resale in its class.
Get 4.99 APR financing on a 26 Tacoma or a $299 a month lease.
America drives Toyota.
Let's go places.